The day my husband found out he had a terminal illness, he finally made up his mind to divorce me. Mandatory cooling off period before the divorce was final, I took a sabbatical. I traveled to places I'd always wanted: Maine's rugged coast, Montana's vast plains, Tokyo's neon chaos. Without the wife label, I felt weightless. During these travels, I stumbled on a social media video. Elias and Lila. She was in her late 20s, beautiful in a soft, curated way. Long auburn waves, delicate dimples. Her name was Lila Mercer, and her profile oozed main character energy. Poetic reflections, soft focus literary critiques. Eli looked the same. Soft sweaters, gold-rimmed glasses, the tortured intellectual. In one video, they talked about love. Elias sighed profoundly into the camera. Love is irrational, doesn't care about timing or social contracts. When it happens, you're helpless. Even against duty, the heart demands truth. He looked at Lila with nauseating longing. She tucked her hair behind her ear, blushing perfectly. Comments flooded in. Relationship goals, literary soulmates, most romantic thing ever. I felt zero pain. Watching him profoundly in love confirmed it. I'd never loved him either. I smiled, closed the app, and poured a glass of wine. When the cooling off period ended, we met at the courthouse to sign final papers. Lila stood by his side, wary, as if I'd claw her eyes out. I was calm, radiant. Eli gave me a pitying look. Our marriage was a mistake, Clara. I hope you find your own happiness. I waved my decree. Thanks, Eli. I'm sure I will, but I'll try not to cheat to get it. I walked away without looking back. Once home, I confirmed the wire transfers for the house and accounts, then put the misdiagnosis report in an envelope and mailed it to his new address. I thought we'd go our separate ways, but I underestimated how low Elias and Lila would sink for content. A former colleague texted me a link to Lila's livestream. On screen, they wore matching cream sweaters, looking like a Kinfolk magazine spread. Perfect. Their words, however, were anything but. Eli held court for the camera. I'm divorced now, he said, dripping with faux humility. When I was younger, I thought compatibility was enough. I rushed into marriage, but domestic life was stagnant. A cycle of mundane, bills, insurance, work stress. I wanted to talk about Camus, Shakespeare, Tagore, but my ex-wife just stared blankly. She couldn't meet me where I was. We turned our life into a dull gray pebble. It wasn't until Lila that my life found color. He looked at her, and she gave a practiced, shy smile. The chat hailed them as icons of authentic living. With Lila, we talk about the philosophy of existence, intellectually synchronized. With her, I'm not just surviving, I'm living. After the divorce, I finally breathed. No more suffocating domestic chores, narrow-minded materialistic wife, or endless clinical pressure to conceive. I stopped cold. We'd tried to conceive for years. Tests showed Chris had an extremely low sperm count, almost impossible to father a child naturally. We'd discussed IVF at our parents' suggestion. He was the one with fertility issues. I was the one who would take hormone shots, endure mood swings, physical pain, fear, and permanent body changes. This man, who would have just sat in the waiting room, had the audacity to play the victim of pressure. All those years I'd managed our home, social lives, cared for both sets of parents. To him, that labor was narrow-minded materialism. White-hot rage flared. My fingers moved before I thought, typing into the chat, does a cheating man really have the balls to play victim? Does knowing poetry make being a douchebag an art form? Among the so beautiful and soulmates, my comment stood out like a blood stain on white. The chat paused, then exploded. Behind my screen, I smirked and typed again. Hey Eli, did you get that mail I sent? The one about your medical follow-up?